What's up, guys? Miguel Torres here with Submission of the Week. I'm here with my black belts from my gym, Andre Leyte, cross and bracelet black belt. We're going to go over a triangle choke today. Different setups, different varieties of how to finish a triangle, and arm locks in that position. So we're going to start from guard. So I have my opponent in my guard. There's a couple different setups. The first setup I'm going to use, I'm going to push his hand into his stomach and his chest, and I'm going to pull the other hand. As I push and I pull, I'm going to base my foot on his hip, and I'm going to raise my leg and my hip in the air. I want to make sure I bite on his neck and make my lock. Next big detail, my hips are still in the air. I want to bring his arm across his neck, and I'm going to grab his head. The biggest problem people have is they try to pull this part of the leg down. It's not about pulling this down. It's about squeezing your knees together and pulling the head. Okay? When I do this position, if my partner tries to sit up and he has a posture, which is defense, my next option is to grab his wrist, to turn it up, and to make an arm lock. If I can't make the arm lock, I'm going to grab by the base of his hand, where his pinky is, and I'm going to turn, two hands on one. I'm going to lift my hips and turn here to make an Americana. A lot of times in this position, if he's based up, I can escape my hips to bring him back down again and make this position, but he's going to base up again. He keeps basing up. I have to keep escaping my hips, and eventually I want to try to hook his leg so he can't sit up again. Once I hook the leg, I want to maintain control of my shin. I never want to grab my ankle, and I want to maintain my squeeze. Some guys are super tough, where they don't tap, they have really thick necks, so they're strong wrestlers. So from here, at the last 15 to 10 seconds, I can attack another arm bar. I can come here and make this arm bar to make my attack. Again, when I make a triangle, a lot of times, I'm here like this. People want to pull down. I don't want to do that. I want to squeeze my knees together, and I want to compress the space that I have. Pulling down, I can't really compress the space. If I squeeze my knees together, I can choke my opponent. So from here, when I push and pull, I lift, I make my triangle. I never want to pull this down, because if I pull this down and my partner is good and he's smart, he's going to step over my foot, and now he traps. Now when he brings his knee to the mat, he makes a knee slicer, and he's gonna really hurt my ankle or hurt my knee. Another setup that I use, I will wrap the arm. I'm going to push the bicep, and I'm going to escape my hip, bringing my shin inside. A lot of times when I bring my shin inside, this leg goes over, right here, right over his neck, really high. I pull this foot out, and I make my triangle right away. I don't switch the lock. I stay here for now, because I still have the arm wrapped. So from an overhook, I escape my arm and I make an underhook. And I want to make a reverse arm lock. I'm going to hug his elbow with my ear, pinning it to my shoulder. I'm going to squeeze and make my tap. If he rotates his arm, turns his palm up, I'm going to grab his wrist. I grab my wrist and make my Kimura. If the guy's really strong and I can't make the submission the way I want it, I'm going to switch my triangle the other way, and now I'm in a situation again where I have this position. And I still have his arm wrapped behind my back. So what I do is I attack the other arm. I underhook it, I pull it, and make my submission attack. Or I go behind my head, I make my Kimura attack again. Or I keep pressure and I keep squeezing. Biggest thing when I'm doing this is to always maintain pressure. Going for a triangle, a lot of times people don't have the submission, and they squeeze and they squeeze and they squeeze, and they bring their legs out. So I want to be smart when I have a guy in a triangle, and when I finish my triangles, I want to make sure I keep consistent pressure and I keep my attacks open. Thank you guys very much. This is Submission of the Week.